Omiya thuolo mar luongo senators mantie ka. Akwayo ni seche tin kendo jakom pod biro duogo mondo olor bura. Koro akwayo the specially elected nominated senator Rose Nyamunga mondo chopani machiegni. Haya, lwedeni Rose Benka. Yeah, come on, come on.
Moso ujo nyoka nyanam duto ni Misauru kendo kakadho kuom jatendwa mena Prime Minister, jotelo duto, governors, representatives mowuok kuom counties duto. Agoero kamano ni Nyasaye momiyo wathuolo ni mondo wabed kamani odiochiengni. Ji osewuoyo mang'eny kendo osewach gik mang'eny. To an kaka achiel kuom leaders mawuok from this region, anyalo wacho niya, wan kaka jotelo moso moyier wawuoyo about BBI to iwa to some of us oko believe in BBI. Aneno ka wakiko it jopiny, omiya kwayi ka ina leader whatever level, kwa wacho BBI we should believe in BBI, kwa wacho wach winjruok manie kind jakom gi president onego wa believe in it, to kwa kelo confusion ne jopiny mano to koro wan leaders nango. Mar ariyo, odni kako ochung'ni kado bedi gi tena achiel kende bedo ot motegno ok no nyal to tegno nikech omiye tendege. Mano achiel kuom gik ma BBI wacho. Mogik tawacho niya, mama na monyuolo minwa notedo gi yien, mama na otedo gi yien, an atedo gi yien, nyathina be onego ted gi yien. BBI kelonwa pesa e county, watieko go wach mar food insecurity. Wan ga big problem mar food security in Kisumu County, in Nyanza duto. We depend on Western, we depend on Rift Valley for chiemo. With BBI resources in the county, wabiro bedo gi na food, wabiro uso ne jomoko, omiyo nyaka wa support BBI, nyaka wa support games mamine wadhi bedo go. Agoero kamano. Thank you.
Ero kamano. I thank you for your brevity. Senator Moses Otieno Kajwan, Homa Bay.
Your Excellency, the Prime Minister, ne oganda luo, jotelo duto te man kaka wuono. Aloso oganda luo ka ng'eyo ni wan jotelo emano gwel kaka wuono. Oganda luo wajohawi. Wachalo dala, ma wuoro pod ngima, mon to ng'eny, nyithindo bende ng'eny, to kwe nie dala no. Dhoudi mang'eny gombo kwe gi riwruok mane oganda luo. King'iyo kata jaluo mane pinje mamoko, ng'iye jaluo mani Uganda, gikere, adhola wacho dhogi, aluru wacho dhogi, acholi wacho dhogi, lang'o bende wacho dhogi. We are so privileged and so lucky and so fortunate that through the leadership of Jaramogi, which was handed down to Raila Odinga, we have remained united and we have unity of purpose. Emomiyo, ka jok moko wacho, ni waluo Raila ka dhok. I want to tell you that if the shepherd is good, I shall follow him. Even the Bible says in the book of Psalms 23, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Raila is our political shepherd. Waboluwe manakaka diang luo yakwath matero diang kumonyalo yude pimodho. Waboluwe manakaka diang luo yakwath matero diang kumonyalo yude lum maber. Awinjo ka ji owacho ni BBI tiende ni ber biro irwa. Ber biro irwa. To wiwa wil ni handshake okonyuolo BBI kende. Handshake onyuolo gik mang'eny. Ne uru Kisumu kae kawuono. Ouru biro pile kodhi e port nyocha neno ka gik moko madongo obiro mondo kuny port mondo koro port obed matut ma koro mende madongo dongo mag nyang' nyong'o ka koro donja awacho meli mar nam cha. Bwana sifiwe. Aneno ka dreja obiro, wadwa dhi Kindu Bay mondo wakuny port, wadwa dhi Homa Bay mondo wakuny port, mondo kata mende matindo tindo mag Awiti bende nyalo donje port ma Homa Bay. Handshake tiyo koso ok ti? To kidok e sekta mar sukari, asewinjo ka ji wacho ni jotendo nagi ni sukari gi kiwanda podho to jotelo lingalinga. It was Professor Nyang' Nyong'o and the governor for Kakamega Oparanya who led a task force. Already the president has committed to writing off the debts of state-run sugar millers. Handshake tiyo koso ok ti? Kidoke weche mag nam, kawuono nawinjo ka ji wacho ni mbuta gi rech sani lewe e nam e pi to ni josiasa lingalinga. Ukia tich mwasetimo mondo wabed gi sekta mar fisheries matiyo maber. Nyoro ka waketo Fish Marketing Authority, kendo chairman mar Fish Marketing Authority en wuod Luo miluongo ni Mbeyo Jafang'ano masani odak yo Migori. Handshake tiyo koso ok ti? Waseketo Kenya Fisheries Service, kidhie nam sani wangi Coast Guard, jok moko mane chando wa jo Uganda gi jo Tanzania mane terrorize our fishermen. We now have a Coast Guard in our lakes, and this is because of the handshake, this is because of the friendship between Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta. Ber biro koso ber ok bi? To kata king'iyo weche mag infrastructure, kidhi Homa Bay Yakuba bonyisi ni sani lam ng'eny ma nitie kuonde moko madieke makoro more lam nikech lam ni kamora mora. Kata mana the final link, wang'eyo ni Lake Victoria Ring Road, we have the final link between Mbita and Sori. Sani igero because of the handshake. Jotelo, kik wiwa wil mar gombaka aina ni ne jowa, because the benefits of the BBI, the benefits of the handshake go beyond the referendum. Katieko, uye na wache wach moro ka gi Kisungu, uye. The Deputy President also happens to be the chair of the Intergovernmental Budget and Economic Committee, which is called the IBEC. The IBEC brings together all the 47 governors, chaired by the Deputy President. We have a serious constitutional crisis at the moment. The Deputy President, the chair of IBEC, has gone on record to say that the government where he is number 2 has been unable to allocate 15% of resources to counties. Adwanyiso the Deputy President, because if you do not have confidence in the same government that you serve, if you do not have confidence in the same IBEC that you chair, let me remind you a few things. The Constitution of Kenya, Article 219, says that once resources are allocated to counties, they shall be transferred without undue delay. The national government can only delay disbursements to counties. It cannot deny counties their share. When you come to the division of revenue bill, we have put a clause where there is a revenue shortfall, the national government shall bear that loss. It is not counties. Pesa mwasengado kaka Senate in National Assembly need the counties oknyal ngadi, and I want the Deputy President to be informed. He says 35% is too much. As a chair of IBEC, you know that agriculture is devolved. And in agriculture, if you go to the Maputo Declaration, it requires 10% of budgets to go to agriculture. He knows that health is devolved. If you go to the Abuja Declaration, 15% should go to health. Koro eto actually 35% ngen to mokwalo to 2 billion shillings in a day. Jachien kosok jachien. Aromo ukosok aromo. Madja saigwe.
Erokamano. Erokamano. Erokamano urasego. Koro akwayo Dr. Ochilo Ayako. Senator Migori.
Jo Nyanza untie wanauru kama untie reno. Your Excellency the Prime Minister, a lot has been said today, and it's not in my habit to repeat what has been said. I just want to say three things. As a person, I belong to a personal club called the Picicians. We gossip and discuss about leaders, and you are one of the leaders that we've been analyzing. You are the only leader who can transform this country from electoral democracy to accountable democracy. We have had elections since 1955, 1957, 1963 up to the present, but the public here are becoming cynical. They do not believe that their votes add value to their lives. That is why what you are brought by way of BBI will transform this country to a place where people get fair elections, give leaders resources to deliver for the institutions for which they have been elected, and account to the public. Your Excellency, your mission is bigger than being the president. Your mission is transforming this country, and your place in history is guaranteed. Adwa wacho katie ko jodala wa vijende mantie vijende untie. Ang'eyo ni udwaro tich, ang'eyo ni uchandoru. Tadwa nyiso vijende gima nitiere. Tich muneno udwaro ni jaduong' moro mathurwa kocha nopimona. Ni gima timore, nyathi yudo e maranda kacha, nyathi yudo e kanga, moro yudo e Maseno, odhi e university oyudo first class honors, aeto kose yudo tich kuma entiere no, obiro yudo nyadendi matwara, oyudo rent makanyo, onyuol kanyo, aeto iduoge dala ir min gi miluonga nauma ka en maiti. Adieri kose ok adieri? It is this BBI that is going to unlock money, and that money will come to counties like Siaya, counties like Migori, counties like Homa Bay, and when that money comes, that very boy, that very girl who got an A will be a consultant in Siaya, a consultant in Migori, and there will be a multiplier effect and employment in all our counties. Mheshimiwa Raila, atieko kawacho niya, gima wacho en niya, sani counties gite kenda neno jo Migori untie. Ukade kose okukade. Jo Migori gi ng'eni gi chiek mos to gi chiek chuth. Donge kamano? Donge uvikade? Then the hard lifting starts. When the hard lifting starts, wakwayo jok mantiere ka, go back home, talk to your parents, talk to your children, talk to everybody, so that we can overwhelmingly vote for BBI. Thank you.
Now, the last but not the least, from Senators Nyanza, Mawangoka, Aluongo, Fred Outa. Senator for Kisumu.
Yokanyana Muntie, the People's President, Raila Odinga, the expected, the 5th President of this Republic of Kenya. And Baba, today is your day. Me as Outa Nyarwath, I'm a disciple. My expectation today was to fill me with the Holy Spirit of BBI. That's why I came, to fill me with the Holy Spirit of BBI, so that we can be able to take this gospel to other parts of the Republic of Kenya, beginning here in Jerusalem. And when I talk about Jerusalem, I'm talking about Kisumu County. When I talk about Jerusalem, I'm talking about Siaya. When I talk about Jerusalem, I'm talking about Homa Bay. When I talk about Jerusalem, I'm talking about Migori. There is a tradition in this area that Baba, when you have already told us this is the way, today would have just received the BBI. And it is my prayer that as we leave this place here at Siala in Kisumu County, if you hear any human being trying to madwa pingo BBI okoko chwoge, yo Kisumu Bbi kanyo, omi wanodwa ni preach BBI. And it's still my prayer, Baba, that one day as a disciple of Raila Odinga, I'm looking forward, I'm focused, that after the BBI and referendum, Outa will go in peace when you are the president of this Republic of Kenya. And therefore we thank you. We have seen the fruits since you had a handshake with our President Uhuru Kenyatta. And Outa nyarwat ne police manyaka mamanda no negoto. But after handshake, giwe mabo mayom kabisa. Tiranika de onge baba mandare jogo nyong karej. And that's why we want to support you. We want to stand with you. Omi your leaders nuwo Kenyansa wawe uruporo boroma tencha. Mondo wa preach BBI. Kwa tiko BBI kwa di referendum. Kwa tiko referendum baba deya onwa siasa mondo koro gwere. Binde di nyonore. Omiyo kwa biro egala moro moluongi baba. Wekelo nwoko komoro mibinde pengo kama baba betie. Ken Kisumu kado koko nyalo chui maracha inya. Omiyo biro gitabia marach no next time kibiro Kisumu kado in Siaya. Ibi kama baba nitiere ki in kulo ripiny embelene. Iwe yo supporta marino gioke kocha. Ti support Baba Raila Amolo Odinga. Omiyo ana mimi na warning kaka Senator Kisumu ka. Next time kibiro kama mama na chendo chachano no chairman moja. Okoko wachino koko chwe. Ochwe koko chwe. Bas baba wanon kodi. Wanodwa ni mondo kikicha kidwoka ni parano wach BBI. And responsibility for all the leaders. Kama koro say me a message ni. Owadwa Meluro Governor Rasanga. Kin koro kado Siaya ego BBI ni tieki. Wanganyanka koro wagaga Kisumu wati mangowa. Mwa tieki kila county. Mondo baba wukunde moko to joma moido tulo bende dhi kode kuno. Omiyo siasa wadhiwe matin baba awacho kendo richi maka wuon. Wadwa go siasa mar BBI gi referendum mondo wadhi jakugi cha. En wuoyo kadwa winjo wachne. En wuoyo ko dhino bitiko wachna gimoro oikre no bibedi opposition morie retir ban referendum. Otamore oyie referendum nyaka timangowa nyaka kadhi. And when it comes to the Senate ko kelo chilo na yako kotelno kodi jatendwa James Orengo. Wano kwa somi wadhi nakadhe kaka wasebedo kaka kadhe ja. Wakadhe kada rar to wachno do timangowa orumo. Mar Nyasaye ber kodi udigi kwe ule yali injili mar baba kamora mora. Iruru kamano.
Erokamano uta. Anapenda dua wacho matin. Aneni saose mang'eny. To kaka wacho jatendwa Raila Odinga bro tieko bura. An weche mang'eny kata kinde wadwa man ka oseloso e gimani e BBI kende moloyo e referendum bill. To gima nyime ka makwayo ni miriambo dwaro wuok gi propaganda. An agoro kamano ni Archbishop Okot the Apostle Dr. Washington Gede ni ndalo manidwa kalo Constitution 2010 jomoko nowuok ni katibano no rach ni chuo bro kendre kendgi ni kata anorengo kama kura adwaro na nyang basna to adwaro kanisa giwacho anyangi atero ni leyo mama we gombo ne giwacho mago kendo gidhi nyim kanisa mang'eny ka giwacho ni katiba 2010 ni ok ber. Jogo manopingo katiba 2010 gidhi nyime ka gipingo amendment to the constitution through bill makoro osekal gi IBC. Omiyo an dagomb ni ng'ato kaka Ruto, and I'm going to find opportunity mondo apenje maber ni gik manowacho about katiba 2010 ni richo. What measures ang'o mosetimo mondo rekebisha katiba 2010? And the answer is zero. Nature giwuondo ji, and I said this at the beginning, ni kura ma referendum gimigo ni kura is a bill of questions. It is a bill, not questions.
That's right.
They got very cheap legal advice. Gichako loso about multi-choice referendum, multiple question. That multiple question entail in the Elections Act, tongamanya lotiyo kode, and the President of the Republic of Kenya kanitie wach moro moparo ni raia odwaro parogi, to choko parogo, to tero ni IBC, and then the IBC will frame a question or questions. To a bill under Article 257 of the Constitution, it is a bill, and what we vote on, not questions. Omiyo anago erokamano ni josiaya, okode jogo sepakika, but I know you are very sharp and you are leading in the correct way, and I congratulate you, the county assembly Masiaya. To mark manani, we want numbers. Koro number 2, number 3, kawanyalo yudo mucho kota 37, 40 kanyo, to wangeni the deal is done. Kendo timore baonge luoro moro. An katieko, nitie wach moro kae, maparo jakom behuru temo wache, so probably people are not seeing it. Nitie provisions moko moketi katiba ka on shared prosperity. Nikech wach mar dongruok nyaka ibed gi strategy. Kitimo dongruok without a strategy, it can never work. Jakom gikelo principle of shared prosperity with it, which is in Article 11A or clause 11A of the referendum bill. Singapore used to be a mkokoteni economy. South Korea, kata Vietnam, is now getting rid of rickshaws. Kili kata India, some parts of India, negin mkokoteni economies. Korogi Penjere, what can we do to join the first League of Nations? So giwacho ni gimanyalo konyogi and democracy and industrialization. This is what I understand by shared prosperity. Omiya akwayo ni ng'ato nyowacho na Dubai nyoro, a very senior man in the Dubai government, nobiro Kenya kai in 1984. Ni Kenya is a very rich country, and the only mistake with Kenyans, Kenyan leaders don't think big. Tomio Abolo Tinga, the only leader Manyeyo, Manyalo offer transformative leadership with a big idea, not a small idea. Manyalo Konyoji. So Gimogi, this handshake was a bombshell. Ruto na paro ni mosruok na obro na ruma kayamo makalo. Kaka Odiero wacho, he thought it will begin with a bang and end with a whimper. BBI started with a bang, it is going to end with a bang. Koro ekinde modongi, wadwa tiyo gi jogi perpendicularly, and I can tell you, ni kama koro wadonjeni, gigi Raila osewuok gi Uhuru Kenyatta, to jalup Uhuru ni otemo run an alternative government. He's trying to run an alternative government. I want to tell them we are going to smoke them out. Sakurubik. And even such a man could be attack Maji go on the wall. And I can promise you, this BBI document, from a legal perspective, Orange, at the questions which are being asked, are questions who do not have a basis and a foundation. He is not opposing. So what do you use at a political path towards political power? That handshake was a step Markelo Kenya Kanyakla want to build one nation under God Muteg. So Yokanyanam Une Mose Tagreni Penny Molo Jomoko Kakwal. Jomose sacrifice at every time Kakenya in crisis. Ogandawa have taken the first line and gone to the trenches. Katalisoni pain, Onge Oganda, Majogi Osetoni pain in the modern political era, Molo Uganda. Obiana kwa manani kikwa lose that spirit, remain together. Kenbangeni Kenya is a multi-party democratic state. Without a strong party, in any circumstance, you cannot be able to bring the management of public affairs in an orderly and effective way. And Jacom, and Karango Polo, Kakomin, and Enokagimoroni Kacha, so Enigi Mormon Yasai, Emangio Bishop Okobi Ka, so Korutela to Elemu Tegu, so Yasai, Kose Chano Gimor, Loco, Burubed Matek, Majumatemok Nonyal. With those remarks, I go to Kamano, Yothua, BBI! Ero kamana nyam.
Haya, jokanya na mchwa charua chaya wachikni tieko. Poka kapuka biro governors to give mesa maduong mankani. Let me request with humility from the past perspective of the East African region, Mheshimiwa Obado Odinga to come as a member of the East African Legislative Assembly. Kenya has always been in the forefront advocating the Federation of East Africa, except for one person who disappointed us. I don't want to mention. It would be rather impolite. Nonetheless, Obado Odinga.
Yo tendwadu ka ma hotel negi Prime Minister Raila Odinga to gi jopiny duto jotelo duto moa fuonde kendo tung piny koni nyaka kocha chakre wuoth rumo nyaka got Odiado. Amoso uno imre uru asebudho ka oka aloso ung'eni ska isebedo ng'ama duong' matin to samoro bit aming'a nyalo chandi ta neno kabi wasemiel moromo. Koro an magi gimoro achiel madaher wacho ni history ema loso kochopo wach mar katiba ni, nikech katiba en gima ji osekedo ne higni gi higni miji osegoda thoe, to moloyo jothurwa ka osetho e wach mar kedo ni piny kata katiba ni moloyo jok moko. Tawinjo ka jok moko wacho ni katiba wani ni ok ober, ni ti nonego yiera yiera penjo, ni miyiero ni ma tiber tigo tik, ni ma to rach tigo tik, ni kamano. Mano ok nyal timre nikech jok ma wacho kamagi gi, jogi ni wan kodgi mokwongo, kani wan kodgi kani katiba nobiro marach, mani mar gima niluongo ni Kilifi draft. To kani walose wach Kilifi draft, waduto ni wariwre koda gi jok mapingo sani gi, ka wawacho ni Kilifi draft no rach. To kani waseriwre makoro bang'e to wawinjre e gine gidong' e wach mar pingo ni kata mae rimo losi ni bende rach. To giwacho ni percentage marach ni en percent 20. Koro ne wawacho ni to gimoro ka ng'ato odhi e penj to kadho gi percent 80, okadho koso rem, dongo okadho maber kabisa. Bas koro kane wawacho ni kara weuru mondo kadh maeri marach gi percent 20 ni, to chieng' ma mbele kucha nito mondo wanon mondo wane kinyalo los mani maricho. To mbele kanyo koro wasebet gi katiba chakre 2010 nyaka sani wanie 2021. Mano higni 11. Higni 11 ka gimoro rach kata ber nyalo tamo ng'ato ng'eyo kadi ng'amo fuo manade. Emomiyo gik mane giwacho ni richo percent 20 ka ema sani koro iloso, to gin giwegi pod gituo ni kata miloso ni be ok ber. To sani to gik mane giwacho ni richo ka en makoro betie kom namba 2 mar Uhuru, en mo en joye weche manowacho ni richo ka kata katiba manowacho ni rachni, kendo en makoro kendo logo wacho ni katiba ni ber, ni ji odong' mana kanye katiba. Koro mairi iluongo ni unafiki e Kiswahili. Ma unafiki koso ok unafiki? Mano donge wuondo jopiny. Emomiyo wan da wach achiel kende ma kendo daher ni mondo wachi en wach mar jowa ma jokanisa. To moloyo jowa ma kanisa wa mar Katholik. Wen kanisa wa mwahero kendo kanisa mwaleme kende ma jowa ng'enye. To kanisa mar Katholik nochung'ne gi Archbishop Zacchaeus Okoth. To jo kanisa ni kochung'ne gi Zacchaeus Okoth mane jakom mar gimiluongo ni Episcopal Conference mar jo Katholik. To gin ma uneno ka Archbishop oloso kaka wacho ber mar katiba wawacho sanini. To kendo winjo ka bishops moko ma Katholik wacho ni parogi ne ok onon e wach mar katiba ma sani koro walosen. Ere kaka ng'at moro nyalo wacho, jakom mar jo Katholik e Episcopal Conference ma emo okawo koda memorandum margi ni to giwacho ni ji ni katiba ni ok ber, ni paro mar jo Katholik onge. Omiyo an akwayo jotendwa manie Katholik ni weuru wuondo jopiny
moyoro kawuono mondo wach mar BBI. An abro wacho weche matin kabisa. In life there are normally two types of people. There are mercenaries and there are missionaries. Mercenaries are soldiers of fortune. But has been said over and over again by people here, and history has proven it, Jacom is a missionary. Dakupam. Because missionaries work selflessly for the good of their people, in health, in spiritual matters, in material, and in education. And Jacom has 3 legacies. The first one, Mwangeo, and Section 2A, Kanogore Matek, Manogolo, that bit of the one party, Mumyutinde Wawachi, one freedom, one parties, makata be seche moko kwa yenyo kata wandiko marache gazette to twewa kaka nitwe wachon. Mar ariyo, development never dispensed according to how close you are to the powers that may be. Emomiyo Constitution mar 2010 kano biro gi devolution equity noketi mondo resources opogi depending on population, poverty index and area. Nokele at the county level, but BBI korotere up to the ward level. Nikichange kata an kinde mane an governor kane wachiwo development nang'iyo na MCAs achako gi the chairman of budget emang'iyo projects ge. Ang'endo osiepna moro nyiero nikech ong'eni mana diera. Nang'iyo MCAs mosiepega gine ma projects gitimore to sani mokoro bedo increased to 35% kaito with a rider on how much should go to every ward. I think is probably the best thing because it completes the whole circle of devolution, ensuring that now devolution works at the lowest level, which is at the wards and at the village. Last but not least, I congratulate Josiah. Itelo ga pile, angeni joma bei telo ne giga, wang hapa nuchikuru mo, to angeni joma bei, bijo Kisumu, to gijo Migori, this coming week, biro kade. Congratulations, and wadidala kuno, mondo wayal injili, mar BBI, erokamano uru nyasai mundu kwezu.
Thank you very much, Governor. Koralwa Luongo, the Governor of the great county of Migori, Governor Okewa, Governor Obado. Karibu sana Okewa. Lozgejo Spain. Haya, otolikwak. ODM. Asante sana.
The Right Honorable Prime Minister, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, amjamboni. Dakuye na maber jodala wa Kisumu. Bwana urukamawa. Umor. Okay. I know that our sugar levels have gone down, so I'll not take a lot of time here. And also wanted to request that the Right Honorable Prime Minister, in our future meetings, kindly consider Migori as a very, very unique county. Nasema namna hiyo kwa sababu nimekuja hapa kama gavana wa Migori, na kule Migori County kuna makabila mengi zaidi. Hata ukienda kwa county yangu ya assembly utapata kama zaidi ya 25% ni waheshimiwa kutoka makabila wengine. I have 13 MCAs who are from the Kuria region. 1 MCA is a Kikuyu. Then I also have 1 MCA who is a lawyer. The rest are from the Luo nation. So I just want to request that even though we'll be inviting ourselves as the Luo nation, but we must also consider that diversity so that mimi nikiitwa hapa nilete delegation, those ones will also feel comfortable in our meetings. I've come here with members of my county assembly. Waheshimiwa wangu, kama mpo tafadhalini muwave tu namna hii. Then I've also come, asanteni sana. I also have a delegation of bunge la wananchi, Migori branch. Bunge la wananchi mpo? Okay, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, nataka niseme hapa, kitu kizuri mimi siwezi pinga, na wengine wasiseme kule Migori hata kuna miungu mingine ambayo inaonekana. Hiyo ni uongo kabisa. Adwa wacho ni gimiluongo ni Building Bridges Initiative ni building nan kallo ke gidoluo tafwenyo ni an gero dong gero darejini mondo gik moko bed maber. Koro darejini gi kako ganda onego wasik mana kwagero gi mondo wang'ino ganda maduong' bang'wa kor kwa nyalo dhi kuma wadwaro dhiye cha. Kendo bura machalo kama adwaro ni kwaka twabedo jokisera mawuoyo gi ji to kik wadure kendwa kako ndike muma. Jodolo man ka ong'eni nitie wes moro mowacho ni ya Jo-Israel pok oyudo gima gidwaro to gisiko gikidhore kende mana ka guogi. Wach no rach jodalawa, onego waleru wesno wang'e ni to ere kaka wanyalo tiyo kode mondo konywa wawe kidhore kendwa kako wachino. Jodolo mane waka aparo ni ng'enywa jokristo wasomo muma dong. Muma nitie jomoko ni jodolo jonabi mag Baal dong. Gin gisiko gik maricho magineno. Nitie nyaka jomoko ni jonabi mag jo-Farisai. Gin kata jo-Migori, leaders ma Migori biro wacho ka ni jo-Migori oyie dwa pass BBI. To janabi mar Baal gi jo-Farisai eko neno mna ni Nyasaye moro nitie mathin ko. Koro kao kamano jodalawa, nyithindo untie kiwinjo ka in jatelo maber tiwinjo ka ng'ato ok owinjo wes moro mathin, ni jukumu lako uende uelemishe huyo asikie aelewe zaidi. Kiswahili ndio chachi niko todongo donjo. Koro jotendwa man kaa en tich mondo mi BBI ni olere ne ji te nekech chik waloso ni waloso nyaka ne tieng' mabiro cha. Kao kamano wajo Migori, Right Honorable Prime Minister, BBI asewacho ni obando ni wan wasapote ke asilimia 35 ni onge ng'ama nyal tamore kuyie na dakika achiel ago kwan moro mathin ka aweura waleru ke yo kabichako yudo uwinjo jodalawa. Pesa mimi ya wasani ni it is based on the last audited accounts. Koro Auditor General timo gigi odeko ka ok otimo piyo timiyowa pesa mathin 15%. Samoro nyalo bedo mna pesa Auditor General cha no audit 3 years ago, okay, based on the current budget. Koro ka resources obedo mang'eny tan godiri ni kata Auditor General biro devolve functions ne moko county kaeto gitimo auditing mapiyo. King'iyo budget mar Kenya en trillion a day. To king'iyo pesa ma counties yudo en 320 billion. Mano is like 10%. To 10% ni be chik dwaro ni ya development na japuonj kwano kura ng'eyo koro winjo development iketo at least 30%. Koro iketo mna that bare minimum mar 30%. Kano mi 3 billion ti mano omi 300 billion mana wacho ni 10% cha dongo to chako koni ni ya ni development kit at least 30%. Nyenyi wasago mnagi 30% for development. Tado wacho ni in each and every ward midhie idhi yudo kanitie county project mosetim kanyo. Samoro national government modongi 90% cha tinyalo wuotho ward nigi ward cha
okinyal yudo project magisetim. Koro katieko, nitie narrative moro ma bende nyaka wapuonjre watiek kabisa, kao kamano to wadhi condemn jogewa kayiem nono. Gimoro no sika ni governor jaku, governor kwalo. Waweuru gigo, wanonu weche, wang'euru the truth, kao kamano to uru kamano.
Haya. BBI. Wawinjo kamano. Odonjo no kamano. Koro kidhi dala ting'e maler gimidhi timo kamano. Basi hebu niite hapa Gavana Rasanga of Siaya. Pepe. Karibu bwana gavana. Tupatie bwana gavana microphone tafadhali. Azungumzie wananchi. Haya, otodikwath. Asante sana. Asanteni sana. Tumalize mapema.
Jakom Raila Odinga Jomo yoro budho amuso unokwe ulu amusa mosi ama anan kwechari okende wach mokwongo en ang'en chunyu parore to seno kalo gini pionade nitie osiepna moro mane nyisa ni kinwang'o wendo ni obiro saa 2 chak tich saa 3. Ichako tich saa 3 to jomoko nitie ma piny dhi karu gweno ko omabe orito gweno ko koso korito nigo orito gweno ko korito idwaro ni kochopo saa 3 samiri igoni oriti ni mondo dhi iwacho ni duogo tich adi to ka in iwacho ni duogo tich adi to nendo dhi omiyo wan Siaya ok waketh sa winjore koso winjore. Mar ariyo nitie osiepna moro mogoyona sim sama wasekalo gini Siaya erohamano od nyagemi erohamano jaduo kode ineno ka nyingi madhi ahinya to nyingo dong to an mana abuti toki winjore koso winjore wan kaka watimo giwa Siaya osiepna ni penja to wakalo gini pionade to aduoke niya bul kidwa goyo mondo bulo yieni nyaka irew bul maber nyaka itim ang'o nyaka irew bul maber rew bul bende kenda en ng'ato ang'ata mondo dhi rew bul nyaka bed ni somo rew bulno winjore koso winjore nikech ng'ato ang'ata kikawo ni mondo dhi orew ni bul donge dhi wang'o bul. Omiyo bul ma Siaya neno rew gi jomong'eyo emomiyo okalo kendo okalo mobiro chopo kamidware. Mar adek opoto koso kopoto BBI opoto koso kopoto. Mar adek an kaka Rasanga gavana ma Siaya awinjo ka jomoko wacho ni 15% nubende kichopga ni 15% nokichopga to ng'ama wacho nokichopga no en gimo tieno ka jongo wacho Moses wacho ka en chairman mar IBEC si mawanogo kuja kaka governors kendo ema koro golo oko ng'ato ni kudwok dala idwoko koso kudwok nikech an kama antie ang'eyo ni pesa to jaleoga
Oleo matin to girito kochopo 30th of June to gimuomonigo. Koro ka in ng'at mariek to donge pesa ne oa bank titiyo go mos. Winjore kuse kwinjiri. Ero uru kamano.
Aya, thank you very much for prayer. Aya, kelare microphone machiegni. Kelare microphone machiegni. Ni Mheshimiwa Governor Mahoma Bay, Kelugi no bwana. Aya. Mano simpenu sawiti.
Your Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, Raila Odinga Ejects. All protocols observed. Jodalawa osewachore. Owachore kosoko wachore. Indeed, we want to really register appreciation to His Excellency the Prime Minister for organizing this serious meeting. History is being written in Kisumu today. There was a time when the merger between NDP and KANU was coming. And I was in KANU those days, Treasurer KANU. So we went for a meeting in Nakuru to discuss the possible merging of parties. I was privileged to sit in that committee where the president was chairing, President Daniel Arap Moi. And he said, time has come where parties must march together. And indeed, the other people opposed it. But he said, all over the world, parties must work together. That was 1999. And he said he has talked to Jaramogi's son. He want to come together with the party. And some of them said, you know, Your Excellency, what value will that party add to KANU? KANU is a serious, established party throughout this country. Owango called me to go and see His Excellency the Prime Minister. We went to Joff. Na yude, ayudo lagoro kanyo bende piny. Koro kwa wacho gini, to iso penja ni jakodondo idhi bura moro ile kanyo na dhija duong. Giwacho nang'o? Jaduong joka, to ni kitabu lakini Moi sincere. Moi diwari jogo pune. Dwani be konye. To bende wan kaka jokan ma yokucho, Moi ok winj wach moa oko. Usetemo kabisa korongo gini. But when you talk like a opposition, it doesn't care. Go inside there, dodge kanyo, to the out, go lot oko, kao jogo, ibigo, ichak party. And indeed, this man is brave. He is brave. He went in there, odonje party kanyo, ubero kodini, kaja ukamu ido tigo, ugolo Saitoti, ugolo Kalonzo, ugolo Mudavadi, ugolo Kalonzo. He came, mochako, mobiro, makoro, or make sure nijogo KANU obuonjo kabisa. He is a brave man. He is somebody who is a go-getter. He will go and get. This is the man. Anja wacho kawan Migori. I don't imagine you and Raila Odinga. That is our identity. Samakoro wadi kani. Oh, watch the way forward. Samakoro wachikoni. Wadu wani juluo berbang ja mogi. Kendo ti. Awacho kosoka wacho. BBI
BBI needs so many advantages. Yes, they have been enumerated. We don't have to repeat them. Our Ankara sitting governors, we know the problems we are going through. And indeed, Raila being the architect and the king of devolution in this country, he understands the need of 35% or more. No wonder he made sure it is factored in the BBI. We can go ahead and say, yes, there's been problem between governors and MCAs. Why don't we give MCAs their own mandatory 5% for rural development? That is there. We are also seeing the BBI, something we've been struggling with about the regional bodies. The BBI has taken care of that, and because population for development is very, very important, for marketing is very, very important. We have 14 counties who are forming up Lake Region economic block. That's a big proposal for trading and for marketing our products. The other thing that is so serious about us, our tea and coffee is fish in the lake. When a level of factor in the blue economy, not take care of our fish and our fishermen. Indeed, then you are worth for being a bigo. Awacho kusoka wacho. Mmeonya lego waban kodi awinyo ka nyawa wacho ne party emina koti godo. Party mali yoka okene DM enda ila Odinga. Party enawa mane party makendi mari moro de kumediye de kodwa meni de kodwa rika. Because he has been brave enough, he has shown us enough, he has shepherded us previously. Omeokonya la institution nja wache kawa mbori karugu waburo gwere kodu nata na fail no konya lugo kamuna lugo waburo robe ko properly and we are capable it more so kana ile Uhuru Kenyatta gina serikali yenu huko yuma ya mamu rogoi omewa kwa ungo through our dog back kayuno with the lego we provided a forum for serious public participation. My serious public participation okota kwa duar moro jo Kisumu Bbi vile dumabe local. My serious public participation kari ko so kare wacho wote mere wacha ngo amewacho agoro kamano hinya oda yodala wa atieko kawacho ni namo ina sauni walaja duo ina sauni walaja duo ya tenda Raila Odinga nikech duo Tiemoni wajine waricho kadogo koko emokelo democracy ya Kenya ka. Emokelo independence ya Kenya ka. Emokelo revolution ya Kenya ka. Koko wani. Leo ko wacho ni nyinge moro jodongo lione furi kucho no nyango jabondo. Jomota ko nyango jabotingi te. Mani ina lego. Amiyogoro kauno biyo, we are very grateful. We are indebted to you and we will follow you until we are done your order. Direct kabisa. Thank you.
Thank you very much Jamawego. Kumbinyo wacho mamit kende muti kumamit. Wacho kuzoko wacho. Haya. Kwa wabel mos wadi to the conclusion, and then we shall have the resolutions. Koradwa Luongo, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga, having listened to all our deliberations, Gikmawachu Giduto, Mondokoro, haya, ngoja kidogo ndugu zanguni, Mondokoro Luongo the PM. Mondo summarize, Mondo Kuru conclude the meeting which has gone on very well. Asanteni sana. Bwana Prime Minister. Haya.
Wapi vigelegele Kisumu? Asante. Haya. I know it has been a long time since we started here. Fatigue has also now set in. But then I'm going to try to just summarize. You remember when we were campaigning at that time, we said that we were taking our people to Canaan. That journey to Canaan is still very valid. But what did we mean by taking people to Canaan? That Canaan is found in our national anthem. Lord, bless this land of ours. Justice be our shield and defender. We will dwell in unity, peace and liberty. Plenty be found within our borders. In the Bible, the country where plenty is found is where? Is where? The founding fathers of our nation intended to develop Kenya so that Kenya could attain a developed status, and that Kenya can be able to deal with the major enemies of mankind. Those days you are saying that we want to get rid of alien colonial rule so that we as Africans can preside over our development and confront the three major enemies of our people: ignorance, poverty, and disease. Later on added bad governance. 57 years down the road, those enemies have been growing stronger. But I remember very well those days when there was a struggle. Here in Kisumu, we have people like Dio Makasembo, Utino Goyo, Gogo Chok. We have people like Ndolaya. There's so many. Mama Owino Ngongo was a women leader here, and Abogenya Kilo. Abogenya Kilo couldn't choose the Owino Ngongo. But the youth Odinga spoke here today. Udorangi. Onyangura dear. Chola, we have no age. But today also, Aboro. Those are strong youth leaders of the youth here. And they're the ones who are martial, and most of the times they are in the colonial prison. They are being arrested by the police
and put in those days. The inspector of police was a Mzungu here. Ikaho wakedo wager Kenya, makasembo ikaho wakedo mondo wager Kenya, mondo watik tuoche gidhier mapod nitie, oriko ikaho wakedo mondo wager Kenya. Wakonyi kedo wager Kenya, Odinga Odinga wakonyi kedo mondo wager Kenya, mondo watiek tuoche gidhier mapod nitie, Ajuma wakonyi kedo mondo wager Kenya. That was that time. So independence came through bloodshed. Our people made a very heroic contribution to the struggle for independence of this country. And therefore, people are not second-class citizens in this country. Thereafter, many other things have happened. I don't want to go into that long history. Independence came always as compromise, because the constitution that people wanted was not the one that they got, but the compromise at that time. And said we changed things when we came here. When they came here now, ethnicity took a center stage. We had no constitutional amendments which took power and concentrated power into one institution called the presidency. And that was the beginning of the trouble for our people. And that's why there came the second liberation, to try to change the constitution, which had been amended so many times. It became very bloody and very, very dangerous. But after many years, we managed to eventually now get the constitution. But some of you who are here, who are at Bomas of Kenya, will remember why the first attempt failed. Bomas of Kenya founded on three main chapters: devolution, the executive, and legislature. Those are all the problems. The most controversial is devolution. There are people who did not want devolution, and they are very powerful. They are called controlling instrument of power. So I just want you guys to know that devolution has got many enemies in this country even today. Some who are there at Bomas will remember that we put, and he was here mentioned here, Dr. Odinga Ejects, and the chairman of the devolution committee in Bomas. Because when Bai stood in Bomas and spoke passionately, everybody said that man deserves to be the chairman of the devolution committee. And he steered the work of the committee so successfully. Then he became the marked man. And as I already told you, they sent the assassins to his house on road in broad daylight in front of his children. They shot and killed him. So that actually is a very strong statement. And that's why eventually they walked out of Bomas, and the rest is history. So we said that we were going to revisit. And when 2010 came, we set up a team to go to Naivasha and try to find a way of compromising areas which were controversial. So they went to Naivasha. Otiende Molo before you here, it was Naivasha. Naivasha was a firefighting document because it had just come from the conflict. It was opposed by the church because of reasons which have been mentioned. But we said we will be able to revisit after some time. So when we now had another conflict in 2017, we said, let us now again look afresh. And the team of experts, we said, Archbishop was one of them. Adams, the Lord talked to you here in the morning, came up with this new draft aimed at making improvements. Some people will tell you, you don't have to raise it 35 because in the Constitution it says minimum 15%. But the experience all over the world is that if you say minimum, that is what they will go for. Nigeria has got a three-tier arrangement. There is the local, the state, and the federal. And the Nigerian Constitution says 20% of revenue goes to local government, 35% to the state, and 45% to the federal. Meaning that Nigeria, 55% of the resources are devolved. That's what it is. But it's mentioned very specifically. Here we now said 35%. If you have somebody who believes in evolution, you can really take it to 45%. If I were there, I would take it up and devolve more functions and remain with fewer functions up there. Like the federal government is holding the resources of health at the national level, yet health is devolved. And that's why we have a problem. I will transfer those functions to the county government. I will transfer agriculture fully to this county government. I will transfer even infrastructure. You don't need care, you don't need Kura and Kera. I will remain only with Kenha and transfer all the resources to the counties. So then you don't have a problem. The issue is that those people, and it is not even the president or the deputy, the bureaucracy, the ones who want to control tenders, are the ones who do not want to devolve these functions. It is known. So I would deal with it effectively and ensure that there is a full line. Then I would even increase it and remain within the resources to pay the national debts, do the national highways, and regional hospitals. But the rest, wacha hao magavana washughulikie hayo. Throw the burden to them with the resources and supervise them. We must, the reason why the Grand Coalition government is functioning effectively, because we had a system of supervising all the institutions under the, which were devolved. We had a performance contracting system. So we carry out performance, supervision, inspections. Each year we will go and evaluate the performance of the national government, all ministries, number 1 to number 42. The parastatals, the local governments, the public universities, all of them are being supervised. And that's why the performance was much better than it is today. But then, do you need a position of Prime Minister? Yes, you need a position of Prime Minister. And this is not only going to be in Kenya for the first time. It's not only Kenya. In the region here, Tanzania has got a Prime Minister. Uganda has got one. Ethiopia, in fact, a Prime Minister and a President. France has got a Prime Minister and a President. Germany has got a Prime Minister and a President. So it is more like, even in India, you have a President and a Prime Minister. So it is not something they invented here in Kenya at the job for the boys. The function for the Prime Minister. In the Grand Coalition government, Kibaki was there as the President, and yours truly was the Prime Minister. And it functioned very effectively that time. The government was much more efficient because the work of the Prime Minister was to supervise and coordinate functions of the national government. And then also
he was the chief spokesman of government in parliament, and cabinet was in parliament. It is now accepted internationally that parliamentary systems are more effective than presidential. There are few pure presidential systems. United States is one of those exceptions, but that is a whole continent. Most work is being done in the state. Canada is parliamentary. Britain, Germany, France, Italy, Scandinavia, Israel, India, Japan, Australia, New Zealand are all parliamentary systems. It's very efficient because the executive is in parliament and can be held to account in parliament. Members of parliament will ask questions and ministers have to answer. Here today you have got two layers of bureaucrats. One is a cabinet secretary, another a permanent secretary. None of them is supposed to be involved in politics. Yet governance is political. But there are only two politicians in the government. The other minister will say, I cannot speak there because it's politics. But when you are a minister, so what we are actually operating right now is strange. Because the prime minister and the peers are all struggling who is the accounting officer in the ministry. The minister should be in charge of policy and the permanent secretary should be in charge of administration and implementation. That is how it is. And that's why what you're bringing in here is new and is actually revolutionary. What's there? We've talked of 35%, of 35%. But we also Youth Development Fund, which is all there in BBI, where youth can go and borrow money to order to start their projects. And they don't have to pay any interest for 7 years. Access to capital is what our youth require. Our youth require access to capital so that they can be able to start enterprises. That instead of being employees, they can become employers. This is how to deal with poverty in our country, by creating opportunities for social upward mobility of our youth. It is not by giving the youth wheelbarrows or mkokoteni or mamamboga. Nobody wants to be a mamamboga the rest of our life. Nobody wants to push mkokoteni the rest of his life. A wheelbarrow is an instrument used in construction sites. Nakoroga kokoto, nabeba na wheelbarrow. There's nothing else. So it is something that is not useful to our people. But then they're forgetting the promises made to the people of Kenya. This is 6 months. When we take power, within 6 months, you're going to be running a knowledge-based economy. Every child in our school, in primary, nursery, will be having a laptop. Those children are now in the age. They're going to sit exams now. Did they see the laptop? Have they seen the laptop? Oh, we are going to build state-of-the-art stadia in all the 47 counties. Where is that? Oh, we are going to create knowledge-based jobs, high-tech jobs, 1 million per every year. 1 million every year. If you are saying that the handshake has interfered, you are for 5 years. Where are those 5 million jobs? Where are those 5 million jobs?